Hello and welcome to another edition of Photography 101. Today I want to talk to you about photography. What is it? Where is it? Where is it headed? What's happening? For years and years and years we had film. Film lasted 100 years. Then up came digital. And that totally upset the apple cart, because now we have phones that have cameras, we have compact digital cameras, and phone cameras have now become so good that they have driven digital compacts off the market. And nowadays people don't reach for a compact camera to take a picture, they reach for their phone. And I have a phone that is perfectly capable of producing 8 megapixel images, and they're pretty good images too. Much better than we were getting from film 20 years ago. Then we have a new upstart now. We have the interchangeable lens compact, which is a smaller version of the digital SLR, but paradoxically it's more expensive. Who's going to buy it? Now, personally, I have been using digital SLRs for years. Before that, I was using film SLRs. I did have a brief period in between when I used digital compacts. I think if I was re-equipping today, I would probably go for one of the new interchangeable lens compacts. But I would not purchase when they came out new. I would wait. This is the key. If you're buying anything electronic, you wait until the end of the production run before you buy it. Why should I buy a $1,000 camera when in a year's time or 18 months time it's going to be $500? It makes no sense. And $500 will buy me an awful lot of fuel, and it would probably get me to work and back for 6 months. Why should I blow that when I can just get a camera for 500? It's ridiculous. But there's a crisis in the camera world at the moment. They brought out these interchangeable lens compacts and they made them too expensive. Who's going to buy them? Then the ordinary digital SLRs are quite expensive, and of course compact cameras have been totally decimated by the mobile phone industry. And then going a little bit further than that, the whole of the photography industry has been decimated by the introduction of digital, because now just about anybody can pick up a digital camera and take really good pictures. It's really not hard anymore. You don't have to focus, you don't have to concentrate on anything other than just framing it right. And as a result, virtually all the professional photographers have vanished. They've all either gone bankrupt or moved on to something else. And quite a few of the professional portrait studios have vanished too. Sears portrait studios vanished, Picture Me vanished, Picture People vanished, all gone. And then, because you get the odd hanger on, and there was one fellow I used to meet occasionally who used to buy a book in a bookshop, photograph it for a website, and then return it to the bookshop for a money back thing. And of course that book then had to go back to the publisher to be checked and rewrapped. Was not very economical or very honest. So as I said, photography has reached a crisis point, and there are already newspapers that are laying off their photographers and just training their journalists to use an iPhone. Well, it makes sense. And they can write their article on their iPhone, just plug in a keyboard, write the article, take the pictures and send them off just like that, straight to the office, instead of the photographer having to get back with the memory cards, etc. It just all goes straight off just like that. No wonder. And the Chicago Sun-Tribune was the first newspaper to dump its photographers, and rightly so. And what do we do? For eBay, everyone takes pictures with their phone camera. It makes sense. And most pictures are used online, and online, with an SXVGA image, tell me there's a difference between the same size image taken with a digital SLR, with a compact camera, or with a cell phone. It's so small, you can't see any difference. And really, seriously, is there a difference? No, there isn't. It's a picture, and it's an online web picture, and that's all most people want. Now, the one thing that's killing cameras is Facebook. Everybody wants to upload their pictures to Facebook, so they use their cell phone. It's easy, the software's there, they take the picture, bang, up it's on Facebook. So, as I said, there's a crisis. Nobody wants the big digital SLRs anymore. They're just big, they're bulky, and nobody wants these expensive interchangeable lens compacts. Everybody wants to use a cell phone. The quality of a cell phone is not quite as good as it could be because the sensor is so small, or at least that's what I've been told. But I have a feeling there's more to it than that. So photography is in a crisis. There's also a further crisis in the fact that the world is virtually bankrupt. Since all those bankers wasted everybody's money with the subprime loans, nobody has any money. Forget recession, this is a fully fledged depression, like the depression of the 20s and 30s. The thing that got us out of the depression of the 20s and 30s was the Second World War. Now, I can't imagine a Third World War happening, so this depression looks like it's going to linger and linger and linger and linger, driving cameras and photography, which is a luxury, even further downhill. Where are we going? I don't know. What's the solution? I don't know. But I will say this, it makes sense not to blow money on expensive stuff. Wait for the prices to drop, then buy it, if you need to buy it. Otherwise, just keep on going with what you have. I have been using the same digital SLR for 7 years. I'm very happy with it. It's as good, they're as good now as they were 7 years ago. 7 years has not made them any worse. And the lenses, the same. They're good. They're as good as they were when I bought them new. They have not degraded over the time. They take no worse pictures than they did when I bought them new. So keep on with your stuff. Don't buy any more. We haven't reached the end of this depression yet. Things could get a lot worse. And on that depressing note, let me leave you and see you next time. This has been another edition of Photography 101. Hasta la vista, baby!